Right.
Assessment goals.
Assessment goals.
Right. So these are the things, broadly, these are the purpose or objectives of a lesson plan. What is a mind map? What do you mean by a mind map?
How we will means as per the plan how we are managing all this planning and like that.
No. Anyone else? What do you mean by a mind map?
Planning for the one subject, take the subject activity planning and class activity, group activity, whatever you are doing, and the worksheet, everything is planned for one subject. It is like that.
No. So basically there are two parts of it. See, mind map is a tool. Okay. Mind map is a tool that can be used for lesson planning or within the lesson. I'll give you an example so that you can better understand this. Say for example, you have been told to make a lesson plan or a lesson plan for teaching about coronavirus to the kids, senior KG kids. Okay. Now, when you have to make this lesson plan, what is the first thing that you will have to think about? This is the topic, right? Or this is the chapter name, coronavirus. You have to teach about this to your senior KG kids. What is the first step or the thing that you will have to think about?
Picture of coronavirus we will show to the children because small children understand better.
No. This is the execution. I am asking you, you have to, principal ma'am just now told you, chalo aap log ko ek lesson plan banana hai for teaching coronavirus. What is the first thing you will do now? You all
Why
are
we should teach this topic? Objective will write.
Focus
Topics covered.
on the corona first.
right.
What
So
is corona?
objective, and what else you said, ma'am?
Topics we will write about what all
Topics
details
you
we'll
will
teach
write.
about
What
coronavirus.
all things you should write or you are going to teach, right? So just imagine that right now you have a sheet of paper in your hands. You will write on this sheet of paper, blank sheet of paper, coronavirus. Okay. You will circle it and now you will start writing what all things you can teach these kids in senior KG about coronavirus. Because you can write a thesis about coronavirus, but that is not important or relevant to the senior KG kids, right?
Yes.
So you will pick up only things which are relevant for this age group and you will teach accordingly. So before going to the stage of teaching, you will have to jot down the points. Yes or no?
Yes.
You will have to first write down or list down the points. So mind map is a tool that is used to create connections while talking about something. So here there's an example that is given, penguins. Imagine जहां पर penguins लिखा है उसकी जगह पर आप कोरोना वायरस लिखोगे, ठीक है?
Okay.
So now when you draw the first connection, if it was coronavirus, what is it that you would write instead of physical features?
How it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the second thing you will write in habitat instead of habitat if it was for coronavirus?
What material should be used for that?
No. We are talking
Degrees
about
in
coronavirus.
Places.
in how much degree does it survive?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next.
What
Third
else?
point.
Just
How it becomes, how it comes in a life.
Yeah, how the infection spreads.
how the infection spreads. Yeah.
Yeah.
How the infection spreads. That is what we can talk to a senior KG child, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Protection.
Wash hand. You
Yes,
should ask them to
measures that
regularly wash your
measures,
hand
regular
and protect
washing
yourself.
hand,
Cover your
mask,
nose.
Distance. Social
Distance, social distance,
social
everything.
distancing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is an example of a mind map. So what happens is when you create a mind map before making a lesson plan, you will exactly know what are the key topics you need to focus. And within those topics also, like here in habitat, it is given as Antarctica, cold icy regions. Key features: flightless, spend half life on land and half on the oceans. Here it is written as hand, it will be land. Okay. So basically, you will be very specific about what you want to teach, and while teaching, what are the topics you should discuss, right? So this particular structure that you are seeing on the screen is called as a mind map.
It's a process flow chart, or it's a flow chart.
Basically a flow chart, right? I don't know if you have a habit or not. A lot of people you might know would have a habit of scribbling things whenever there is any discussion going on, whenever there is any meeting going on. They would want to scribble. जब तक लिखेंगे नहीं नोटपैड में, उनको याद नहीं रहेगा क्या करना है. Do you know of someone like that in your team?
Yes.
I do
Me
it a
myself,
lot.
sir.
I
I
do
do
it
it.
a lot.
Myself
it.
also.
So if I don't scribble, I will not remember what I have to talk or what was the work that I have to assign.
Right, exactly.
Right? So
Yeah.
that one form of processing information, a flow of processing information. Mind map also does the same thing. It is such an important resource. I can tell you. I take care of Mixus Education, the digital learning products. In our e-learning content that we have, in which we give to schools, mind map is one very important resource which we give for every subject, every chapter, every topic. It is a very important resource because it helps the kids and the teachers. So for example, see this particular screen that you are seeing. If this was something that you are teaching in your classroom and you are doing some more detailing, you are giving worksheets related to penguins, you are doing a fancy dress, or you are also doing coloring activities related to penguin, right? Now, if you have this ready, if you make this on a chart paper, what you can do is with this, you can either introduce the topic of penguins, or you can also use this to revise the topic of penguins. Can you relate to it?
Yes.
A snapshot or a summary, right?
Even complex computer programs, they always use this mind mapping or flowcharts to have the logic in place. Engineers use this a lot for problem solving. So mind map is a tool which is extensively used across the domains, and it is a short revision tool. आपको पूरा चैप्टर आपका पेंगुइन्स का याद नहीं रखना है. You just remember this slide, and whatever question comes up in the exam, the child, if he is remembering this slide, he will be able to articulate the rest of the words and answer the question.
Has your screen view changed?
No.
No?
No.
sir.
Example of a mind map is there.
What are you able to see on the screen?
Flowchart of penguins.
Flowchart bank.
Example of a mind map.
Just 1 second. I'm just sharing another screen, which is another example
Okay. Yeah.
of how mind map is also used. So this is just a sample task flow. So this is for a particular project. This is a mind map or process flow for an app.
Yeah, so
This is how information is presented. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm just trying to show you is that mind map is used in various places, and it is a very important tool which can be used in teaching learning also for effectively showing things, helping the kids register information or new topics, introducing topics, or revision also.
Yes.
Okay, coming back to what we were doing, lesson planning. So clear mind map?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, so this is a sample framework of a lesson plan. I'm sure there are n number of formats available online also, but there are certain things which are mandatory in a lesson plan. Can you tell me what are the mandatory things in a lesson plan?
Topics, objectives,
Content.
content,
Duration.
Yes.
output,
Okay. What else?
Teaching.
Learning objective.
Learning objectives is done. Assessment, right? Or any activities which have to be done basically. Or
Activities,
teacher
yeah.
observation. Is teacher observation a part of the lesson plan or no?
Pardon?
Is teacher observation a part of the lesson plan?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
it is necessary.
Evaluation, we can give another word as evaluation for it.
Yes, for evaluation and assessment.
True, true, true. So these are only some sample lesson plans which are shown here. There are n number of plans available, and I'm sure you all also follow some format for making lesson plans. I'll just skip that part. These are the contents of a lesson plan, right?
Yeah.
We already mentioned about this: subject focus, duration, number of learners we did not mention. That is also important, right? How many kids you have in a classroom? So if you have a lesson plan which you made for 20 kids, if the same plan you try to execute for 5 kids or 40 kids, you will have to make changes, right?
Yes.
Objective or learning goals, introduction or tuning, main body or learning engagement, revision or recap, material or resources that you will use, and assessment if applicable, if assessment is to be done for that topic. What is subject focus? What subject are you teaching? And then within each subject focus, there can be a specific topic, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So in preschool, what will be the subject focus?
English, maths,
Numeracy,
GK,
literacy.
Rhymes,
Yeah.
story.
GK, Hindi,
Art, etc. Everything. Art is also there. Music is there.
Right.
Activities.
So I think
computer,
activities and all that will go into the second
activity part.
Yeah, second part, the detailing.
Yeah.
Computer
Games.
Right.
computers will be a kind of an objective.
Tools.
Yeah. Okay.
Learning objective. What is a learning objective? Crucial part of the lesson plan, a roadmap to final destination.
Destination.
Usually begins with the child should be able to. So anything that you said, the kid should be able to be able to do this.
Understand or learn.
Yeah, to be able to explain this, to be able to speak this, to be able to identify this.
Shine.
Those are all your learning objectives.
Yes, grab something.
Right. And it helps the teachers to stay on the task while planning the execution. So you will not deviate, you will not take more or less time, and you will do justice to the topic in the given time. What is the learning outcome?
What the students have learned.
Right. What the kids are going to learn, or what they know, or what they will able to do at the end of the
At the
lesson.
end of a class. Yeah.
Right? The knowledge, skills, or their attitude. Creating good objectives. What does this mean? What does this mean? When you say
Like whether the children are engaged in the following activities, the lesson they have planned.
Mhm. So basically, there will be broad skills. Say, for example, you are doing a lesson plan on plants. Okay. Now, in this lesson plan, you will want the kids to remember a couple of names of plants, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Right.
Then you might also want the kids to understand a couple of things related to plants: stem, root, leaves, so and so.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Also, you might do an activity of planting something. So you want them to apply the knowledge also.
Yes.
You might also want the kids to see that and analyze whether the plant is growing or not, put some water, put some soil, all those things. So analysis will also come,
Yes.
right? And then you might also want to evaluate the kids. whether they are able to do it or not, whether they are able to recall the names of the plants or not, parts of the plants or not, right? You might even give a worksheet where there is a drawing of a plant and you might tell the child to label the parts or stick the parts of the plant.
Yes.
Do we do
Yes.
these things, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we are
Yes.
doing it.
Right. So when you are creating good objectives, these are the different things that we can do. When you want the kids to remember things that will come inside this, can you read out
Yes.
what is written under the heading remember?
List,
List,
describe,
describe,
find,
find,
relate,
name,
write.
relate, and write.
Right.
And understand?
Predict, compare, discuss, outline,
outline.
communicate, and explain.
Okay. So now I had given you an example of plants.
Plant.
Okay? Can you help me understand this part? This understand each point. Can you relate with respect to the topic plants? What do you mean by predict? With respect to the topic plant. If you want to check whether your kids have understood this topic plant or not, what does this point predict mean? Or what does it mean when it is written here as compare?
How the different kinds of plants will be in terms of shape, size, color.
Right, right. So the kids should be able to differentiate between different types of plants based on the shape, size, leaf, roots, whatever, right?
Yes.
Also, they should be able to discuss about the differences or about different plants,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Same way, the first point we just skipped that. What do you mean by predict? If you show them some image, if you show them some leaves, if you ask them some
Imagination,
questions, they
observation.
should be able to predict what plant it is, right?
Yes.
So if they will have understanding, only then they will be able to predict. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Next is restate or outline. What do you mean by outline? What the child should be able to do when you say outline?
Able to say that green color things which grow near my this thing house, they are plants.
So we are talking about a category of understanding, right? In the objectives.
Yes.
So if the child has understood, the child will be able to talk broadly about plants,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The child will be able to describe a couple of features of a particular plant,
Hmm.
right?
Yes. Yes. Right. Right.
That will be the outline for that topic. Restate. What do you mean by restate?
They can add one or two points according to their imagination.
Restate.
Right. They should be able to reframe and represent this information in their own way. Add or twist the information and present. Only if their understanding is clear, they will be able to do it, right?
Yes.
And last one is explain.
Explain.
What does that mean?
Whatever we taught, they can explain nicely if they understood very well.
Yeah, they should be able to talk to their parents about plants. They should be able to talk about the plants to their friends or in the classroom. If they see an image, they should be able to explain about it related to plants, right?
Yes.
So we've just gone through one category. Similarly, there are other categories. Apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. And each one of them have different pointers. So while creating an objective in a lesson plan, we should be able to dig deeper into these areas and make sure that does our lesson plan cover or meet these objectives or not. right? Everyone, you already have this module, so you need not take a screenshot or maybe write this down, but go through these points like just now we did. We went through each point, we tried to analyze or probably detail out each point. You should try to do that. You can take any sample topic and try doing that. Okay.
Okay.
Next is think and share activity. Can someone just read this out?
Create 2 objectives using any of the verbs from the Bloom's taxonomy chart on the topic of road transport for nursery learners. Modes of road transport.
Okay. Create 2 objectives. What can be the 2 objectives? We just saw the objectives in the last slide, right? Here, did we see? So if you
Yes.
want to create 2 objectives, say remember and understand, what will you do for road transport?
Means these vehicles can runs on the road only.
Right.
First, they have to recognize what the vehicles, which vehicles are this,
Mm-hmm.
then how many wheels it has.
Going back to this point, we want them to remember. That is the objective. So for remembering, what all things we will do? We will talk to
We
them
can
about different
talk to
types of
them.
vehicles.
Yeah. When you came to school, how you came, right? What type of vehicles you have seen on the road,
Yes.
Which vehicle you use
and we
while
can
coming.
show the. We can have some
So
wall
the
hanging and
images.
Right.
keep all different type of transport on the wall, so that they can see and they can remember the things.
Right.
They can even have comparison between a bicycle and a car and a bus.
Yes. How will you see whether they have understood or not?
By evaluating,
How?
asking them some questions.
Okay. Or else, what else can you do?
We can
To
go
check.
for some worksheets.
Give worksheets. Yes.
Related rhymes.
You can. We are talking about evaluation.
Evaluation. Yeah.
We can give them plus sign, then we can ask them which vehicle is used for this plus sign.
We can
And
make
then even the transport goods also, you can show them
Yes.
where the goods are going, where the goods are taken.
Right.
Hide the picture, and then we'll tell them to close the eyes. Now I will show you something, and they will just then I show the picture. Open your eyes, and they will say. So how much response we are coming? That also we came to know how much children came to know.
Here what I would like to also say is in the future classes अपना written evaluation तो बहुत करते हैं. Preschool we can always do a lot of other oral evaluation also. Let's say if I am a preschool teacher, I'll say train का आवाज निकालूंगा and then I'll say which vehicle is this. I'll probably use try and make the noise of a motorcycle and say which vehicle is this. Now this is also evaluation.
Sir, we are taking 2 children to near the gate also, and we make them to stay near the gate. And when the vehicles are passing, we are asking them which vehicle is going this, which color.
That's exposure. We are talking of evaluation.
Evaluation.
Yeah, evaluation. Yes.
So if your lesson planning can involve not only worksheets but different types of evaluation. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move ahead. Introduction or tune-in includes tuning the learners into the main concept but does not include the concept itself. We have discussed this in our earlier sessions. Can you give me an example of an introduction activity before starting a concept. It is not the concept itself, but just an introductory activity. Question is clear?
Yes, sir.
Will you give one topic?
You can pick your own topic. Pick your own topic and tell me what you will do, which is an introduction or just tuning in, but it is not the actual concept itself.
I'll talk of healthy या hygiene या जैसे भी आप बोलिए, maybe good habits, hygiene. Very simple.
Start with meditation
Okay.
as introduction.
Okay.
Like if you want to teach hygiene, then we can start with meditation, and then we can talk and discuss with them how meditation as well as physical exercises are useful to them. After meditation, we can take them to the playground, have some exercises done, then bring them back to the class and have a discussion, and then do it with the worksheet.
Can't we talk of brushing the teeth and taking a bath?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, they enter.
Exactly.
Suppose we are teaching them a healthy habit of eating junk food and healthy food.
Okay.
Early to bed, early to rise. Eat an apple every day. Eat raw vegetables.
Tell me the
salad.
activity. So what is the topic? The topic is hygiene or something else?
We should teach them first personalizing. What you do in the morning first. As you get up, what you do? You should brush your teeth, take a bath.
So
before eating, wash your
before
hands.
you eat.
After eating,
the meal.
right.
personalizing is more important than
I tell
everything.
you, y'all know the answer, but probably you are not able to put it in the right way. So the topic is hygiene. The main concept is hygiene, right?
Yes.
The question is, what can be a tune-in activity or an introduction activity, which is not the main concept, but it's kind of a warm-up. Okay. So your answer has to be that we will start with a question answer where we will ask them, did you brush your teeth, or so on and so forth. One, or probably we will start with a rhyme like brush your teeth or wash your hands. Uska koi
Comb
rhyme,
your hair.
right? So we will start with that and slowly bring them to the main concept of hygiene. Why personal grooming and hygiene is important. Is that clear?
Yes.
Right? So here already tools are given that either you can start with a story, rhyme, puppet, picture or video, some toys, or some quiz, which is question answers, role play or games. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Learning engagement. So after introduction, the actual lesson or the concept, longest duration, 60% of the time of whatever we are doing for that concept topic should be utilized for the main topic.
Activities.
Specific activities you can plan: games, class discussion, center work, small or large group work. The facilitation process is crucial. What do you mean by this? The first session that we did. What was our first session? First session. First topic.
Teacher and facilitator. Facilitator.
Teaching versus facilitation. Right? Teaching versus
Facilitation.
What is the fourth point telling here?
Facilitation process is crucial.
What does that mean? Facilitation.
It is bit difficult, crucial in the sense.
Important.
No.
Important.
How you facilitate the learners with toys, with the learning environment, with different tools. How you help them in the process of learning is very important.
Process of easy to easier, how we are teaching them.
Not teaching. Teaching will be spoon feeding. How we facilitate them in learning. That's what we discussed in first session. That as teachers, we need to help them by giving ambience, environment and tools.
Like some of them, they get stars. So you said, no, we get ice creams and all on the hands.
Right.
That is like to
Motivate the child.
motivate children, yes. By giving batches, they're like, you're the best child of the day. or you were the cleanest child, something like that.
Let me just quote a education quote which you must all must have heard it. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see.
What to look, yes,
What
right.
to see. So teachers, when you are spoon feeding, you are actually telling them what to see.
Yes.
But the facilitator will just be trying to probe the child into that direction, and the child will be doing the learning his own.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Recap or closure. So these are the points just to remind you and bring you back, bring you all back on the topic that we are doing. These all points are a part of the lesson planning process, right? We just completed this part of learning engagement. Before that, we saw introduction, and now we've reached the point where we will do some recap or closure for the topic, right?
Right.
This is where you are putting an end to the lesson. It can divert from the main concept to a more generic level before ending the lesson. As well as co-curricular domains, same tools as used for tune-in. The next, as I mentioned, a mind map. Either you can use a mind map in the starting of the lesson for an introduction activity, introduce a topic, or the same mind map you can use it for the closure or revision of that topic, right? The next step would be transition into the next activity for the day. So while in your lesson plan, when you are closing off one topic or something that you were facilitating in the classroom, the last thing is how the transition will be smooth towards the next activity.
Sir, explain the second point, main concept to a more generic level.
It can divert from the main concept to a more generic level before ending the lesson. So you are teaching the class about hygiene. Okay. Now you already spoken at this step in learning engagement. You already done activities or things which are related to health and hygiene, and that maybe worksheets or you've done discussion. Now when you are about to close the topic, okay, it can be on the same day, or in our case in preschoolers on the next day or third day, you are about to end this topic of hygiene. Okay, now while you are ending this topic of hygiene, you will do a discussion which needs not necessarily be restricted only to hygiene of the kids. You can talk about general hygiene of your society or your school, right?
You can get into viruses and bacteria also. I mean, what happens if you wash the hand? You're washing away germs. Or
Right.
you're going slightly deviating from your syllabus to give a better understanding to the students.
More towards the application, I would say.
Yeah, more towards the
Generic application, right? So you will discuss things which are not just confined to the main topic, but you will try to relate those learnings in a more broader perspective, so that whether the child is able to apply it in various different situations or not, that can be more clear.
I'll for the higher classes, I can think of an immediate example. If I'm teaching magnetism, but then I say magnetism is what is used for running the maglev train. It's used for running the fan. It's used for the speakers. Now that might not be a part of my chapter or the test, but at least they are getting a broader perspective of where magnetism is being used. It might be in 4th standard, 5th standard. I'm just trying to tell you, this is going beyond the stipulated. Now for that, the teacher has to do some work, some planning, some time the teacher has to spend preparing for that.
Clear, Manisha ma'am? Manisha ma'am, is it clear? Point 2. I don't know. I think ma'am is not able to hear. Okay, let's move ahead. materials and resources, you all have already mentioned that lesson planning should have the mention of materials and resources, so that why should we have these things? Why material resources is a part of lesson plan?
It helps to lessons even more easier for the kids.
What else?
They will learn with the interest, with the
No, ma'am. Why material or resources have to be a part of the lesson plan? The list of material, why it should be mentioned in the lesson plan?
Hands-on learning, they are more attracted, and the knowledge they will
that
get
will make
is,
learning easy.
remain
Hands-on
imparting
learning.
their this thing
Okay.
for
Let-
long term.
That will be a record for us also. Ki
Yes.
during this lesson, what type of resources we had used,
Right.
right? And like when we plan for the whole month, lesson plan, normally we plan during the beginning of the month or uh, last dates that way.
Right.
So when it comes to the end of the month, 25th, 26th, so it should click to us immediately. So for teachers' knowledge also, and when supervisors and all also check, they also come to know what type of resources and material we are using during the lessons.
Perfect. What I want to add here is lesson plan is actually a Bible in its own way. What needs to be done in that 35-40 minutes, period, or whatever it is. Yeah. And every minute of it has to be used effectively. So what ma'am was saying is the perfect answer, that it is pre-checking, making sure that the materials and resources will be available when the teacher is going to teach in the class. You don't start looking for those materials or start making charts or making those resources
Right.
or procuring those resources. It's actually a kind of a checklist. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Next is assessment. If it is applicable, could you please read this?
The teacher needs to decide whether that particular lesson will be used as ongoing assessment, formative assessment.
Right. And next point is?
The lesson plan should include the exact strategy for assessing, checklists, anecdote record, rating scale, picture, video, evidence, etc.
Right. Right. So the teacher will decide whether a particular lesson will be ongoing. So there is something that we taught, colors we just taught, but we know that in the coming weeks also we are going to teach colors in some or the other form. So ongoing, this topic is going to be taught, and we will do the assessment also. It will be ongoing. We are not closing it off. Okay. Of course, we are going to discuss going ahead, what is formative, summative assessment. So in formative, it will be ongoing, right? You are not giving a full stop कि मैंने अभी check कर लिया इसको ये topic या तो आ गया है या तो नहीं आता है. That's the end. Right. But what will happen is in formative, you will keep a tab that I taught colors today. Tomorrow I am going to, maybe next week we are going to learn about vegetables. There also we are going to talk about colors. Which vegetable is in, which vegetable is indigo in color or blue in color or something like that. Where again you are giving the reference of colors. Okay.
Yes.
So at that time, if some kids are not able to answer that which vegetable is red in color, or you give a worksheet and the child is not able to color a tomato red, you will get to know कि इस बच्चे का अभी भी colors का concept is not clear, right?
Right.
Yes.
तो ऐसा नहीं है कि colors पढ़ा दिया last week या उससे पहले तो it is done. Now there is no revision or there is no looking into the colors perspective. Clear?
Yes.
It will be ongoing. Lesson plan should include exact strategy for assessing. So you will have a lesson plan where you should mention that either I will capture videos or I will give assessment give my observation based on the rating, how much the child is accurate about colors or hardly understands or does not understand at all, right? That's also one way of assessing based on your own observation. Next is tips and tricks for lesson planning. What are the tips and tricks?
Focus on the end first.
Focus on the end
end
first. What do
first.
you mean by focus on the end first?
What you have completed.
No. What do you mean by focus on the end first?
Yesterday, what we did, that we have to revise on first.
No, no.
Recapitulation.
No. These are tips and tricks for lesson planning. Means आप जब भी lesson planning बना रहे हो उसके लिए ये tips हैं. First tip is telling you focus on the end first.
To revise the previous topics and then we have to start new topic.
No, not at all.
In the lesson plan, what is the
Yes.
Yes. What is the objective?
What is the end objective of the lesson plan? What is the learning objective? उसके ऊपर सबसे पहले focus करना है. Once you know what you want to do in the classroom, based on that easily you will be able to make your lesson plan.
This is I'll give a very simple example कि दिल्ली जाना है वो नक्की होगा तो फिर हम रेलवे से जाएंगे, फ्लाइट से जाएंगे, चल के जाएंगे, साइकिल से जाएंगे. But if we are not very sure of going to Delhi,
End objective.
you got the point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next point is children's learning styles. Meaning,
Some children will learn through audio, some will learn through pictures, some will learn through videos.
right.
Perfect.
And why is it important to consider learning styles while making lesson plan?
All children are different, so they learn through different styles of learning.
That is fine. How is
What
it
will be-
relevant in the lesson?
What will be the easier for maximum children that
Right.
styles we have to use?
Right. So based on that, you will be able to include activities in your lesson plan. Maximum बच्चों को किस चीज से समझ में आएगा या किस चीज से easily समझ में आएगा, those kind of activities you will be able to incorporate in your lesson plan. Clear?
Yes.
Third point is,
Challenging learners beyond.
what does this mean?
Extra smart children we have to, means beyond the level they are learning. They are
Anyone else?
We have to tell them to think more about the topic,
Yes.
Right.
Beyond.
what we are
Right.
teaching.
We should put forward to them challenges,
Anything they know, previous knowledge.
assignments, or questions which will help them or trigger their curiosity. Right? So we should challenge the learners in whatever they are learning. Next is,
intervention strategies.
what does that mean? Intervention strategies means?
Whatever we are teaching, we don't have to teach full topics, means full sub content in a day or means in a that time. We have to keep intervals between these teaching topics, like that.
No, not really.
I think we should keep on asking it between whether they are attentive, they are getting
Yes.
the point what we are trying to teach them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we have to ask the questions related to that topic between.
Yeah. So intervention
To make sure whether they are understanding and they are attentive.
Yeah, but not only through questions, right? There can be different things which you can plan
Yes.
in order to make sure that your intervention is happening in terms of asking questions, in terms of singing a rhyme, in terms of giving some activity, anything. So
Gaining their attention.
that,
Gaining their
right,
attention.
gaining the attention, ensuring that the child is moving ahead with you in your lesson plan or not, right?
Right.
मतलब हम बढ़ गए आगे, अपना लेसन प्लान आगे बढ़ गया, लेकिन बच्चा तो पीछे ही रह गया, उसको समझ में नहीं आया या वो कुछ और ही कर रहा है. That should not happen.
Yes.
Next is,
Interdisciplinary connections.
what does that mean?
Like
Interdisciplinary connections.
children are not talking among themselves or they are distracted by something or the other objects.
No.
No?
Disciplinary.
No, it is not what you said, ma'am. Interdisciplinary.
We have to make subject means teaching like that way. So they are more curious now what teacher is going to tell, what means they are very curious about what we are going to say.
No.
Like that.
No. What
We
is
have to make connections, or like the subject should be interrelated.
Yes, yes, yes. Try and interlink the topic with different subjects. So just now we saw an example, colors wala.
Yeah, colors and vegetables.
Colors is one topic which we linked it with another topic. Which another topic?
Vegetables.
Vegetables. Maybe you are teaching something else.
Fruits
Shapes
also.
can be related in GK also and maths also.
Yes, yes. So basically, trying to interlink or have connections between subjects, between different topics. That is interdisciplinary. Next is
Plan for lesser time than available.
why plan for lesser time than available?
In between, there may be any
They
like
always tend to like extra things are put in.
Yeah, there can be unforeseen situations.
unknown
Yes.
situations may arise anytime, so we should always plan lesser.
Right. 7 बजे का फ्लाइंग है तो 6:45 को पहुंचना है, वो प्लानिंग करो भाई, नहीं तो 10-15 मिनट में तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, राइट? सो सिमिलरली अगर 4 सेशन में मुझे कंप्लीट करना है और आई हैव टू फिनिश अ टॉपिक इन 4 hours, वी शुड प्लान इट टू बी फिनिश्ड इन 3.5 hours ओनली. इतना बफर लेके चलना है अपने को. Next is child centric rather than teacher directed. We should make sure that it is child centric plan. बच्चे को कैसे मजा आएगा, not that what I want to do or what as a teacher how I want to execute it. Right?
Yeah.
Opportunities for individual and group work. So what does this mean? Opportunities for individual and group work?
All children.
Every children should get opportunities
Chance to do the different types of activities.
Should get the
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. What is the next point?
Assessment should help plan future lessons.
Right. What does that mean?
Means we had taken assessment of the child, so how they grasp, how much they understand, according to that we have to plan future lessons. Okay, which part is missing here and there, like that we have to plan according to them.
Where we need improvements in our own lesson plans, that we can find out from the assessment.
Improvement, teaching styles, how the class is understanding. You might
Yeah.
experiment with different.
It's a little bit louder you speak, please.
Yeah, so it's basically you can experiment with different teaching styles and you can see which ones are more effective based on the assessment output.
Yes.
Okay. Planning a timetable. I'm sure you all must be doing this. Just a few points. Planning the day by activities, give children a sense of safety and stability, know what to expect, makes the situation smoother and less stressful for a teacher. Sudden surprises nahi aayega. You already know how the flow has to be and you will be well prepared, right? How does it give a child sense of safety and stability? How does a timetable do this to a child? Any idea?
Pardon the questions.
Point number 2 says gives children a sense of safety and stability. Know what to expect. So timetable, how does the timetable do this? How does it give sense of safety and stability to kids?
Like in higher standards, hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
In higher standards, children know that after this period, this period is there. So they know that today some activity periods are also there. So they feel like good. They feel the sense of safety. Safety, I don't think it is appropriate word with activity period, but like they feel little comfortable that today it is not like whole day we are going to learn subjects. We are having some activity periods in between.
Anyone else?
They are ready with their materials. When we are taking art and craft, they have to bring colors, whatever it is requirement.
Right.
But sir, this will only work with higher children. No, it will not work with.
When we say stability, it also means the kids are aware when there will be
Yeah.
a break, when they can have their lunch or their tiffin
Yeah.
boxes. Before that, they will not have that anxiety. They know at this point only they can do this, right? So a timetable helps in those terms. How to plan a timetable? Just one second. Sorry. Yeah. Plan a balance of active and passive activities. Have audiovisual cues for activities. Allow time for wrapping and cleaning up. I'm sure you all must be doing this after the activity, clean up time and all that.
Yes.
Set clear rules and essential agreements. That means when a child can go out, if the child wants to go to drink water, where the kids should keep their bag or shoes and so on and so forth, right?
Yes.
Plan for outdoor activities carefully. Events should be celebrated before snacks time if possible.
Yes.
Plan for cross sharing or across grades, right? So involving different classes. Plan assemblies once or twice a month. So this is a bit irrelevant, but if we have to make these kids a part of the other kids, maybe preschoolers should tag along with primary kids, then once or twice, if it is not happening regularly together, because their timing, preschoolers timing is different most of the times, so we can do that. Transitions are part of your timetable, so one after the other, how the activities should be moved on, or from the classroom to outside, if we have to move out, how should we plan transition? It should not be all of a sudden, such that the teacher cannot manage, or the kids are not prepared, or the material is not ready, or the ground is already occupied by someone else, some other class, right? So those things, that overlap can be avoided with the help of timetable. All the points are clear. Clear? Any doubt anyone has? Any of the points? If you are not clear, I can talk about it. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What are transitions?
Bridges between two activities.
Yeah, it is the transition between two activities, the bridge between two activities, or if teachers are changing between that. Normally preschools, it does not happen like that. Teachers don't change frequently. What are the different activities during the day that children need for transition? It can be songs, it can be soft
Soft
music,
music,
energizers, bells,
energizers, bells,
class
class
helpers.
helpers.
There can be various things. Anything that you all use in transition from one activity to another, helping the kids change their, I would say their pace from one activity to another, or one learning session to another learning session.
Sometimes we are doing action songs they are doing.
Okay.
Or sometimes physical activities like hopping, jumping, like that, crawling, like that.
Okay, fine.
We even take them out for some time, relax for some time, 5 minutes relaxation, and then sometime we give them books to go over through the books.
Good, good, good.
Sometimes we are doing OM also, sir.
Good. That also is a good way of, doing a smooth transition. Good enough. I'm sure you all have your timetable. This is just a sample timetable given here. So lesson plan, the broader topic today that we've covered is lesson plan, and we've seen the elements of a lesson plan. I hope the topic is quite clear to everyone. Yes. Is it clear? Because most of you must be doing it. You've been doing this for years, or we are already practicing it. That's why it is much easier for us to understand. But yeah, despite that, if there is any query, you all can let me know. If there is any question, please let me know. I think we overshooted our time with 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. Yeah, please let me know if there is any query or question. Anybody?
No, sir.
Query?
In fact, we know of schools where unless the principal signs up for the lesson plan, the period is not executed that day in the school. So lesson planning, of course, varies from school to school, board to board, but it can be a very important tool to really systemize the teaching process. And a lot of pre-planning is done by the teacher. I mean, in higher standards, let's say if soil is going to be taught, then probably the teacher might say that I'll physically bring in 3 types of soils, the black soil, the red soil, and whatever, the normal soil. And so that requires some amount of pre-planning. It cannot happen maybe at times just on the same day or the day before also. Typically, and it has to be updated every year. It has to be updated with the changing times, with the changing curriculum and syllabus. So, because and it has to be relevant to the expectations of the school, of the parents, the society. It's a very general thing which I'm saying, but yeah, lesson planning is a very, very important activity. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So good enough. I think if there are no queries, we can definitely call this a day. And the assessment is live in your login. You already have your login ID and password. You have to log in the portal and give the assessment. Multiple choice question test is ready. In case you have any queries, do message me on the group or on the WhatsApp. I'll be able to guide you on that.
Excuse me, Sohail. Today you had sent that one link also.
Yes, ma'am.
That Zoom webinar.
Yes.
So that it started at 3 p.m. So just now we can join it.
Yes, yes, ma'am. You can join it. You can join it. Fine. Okay, everyone. If there are no
Okay.
queries,
Thank you
we call
very
it a
much.
day.
Thank you to all.
Thank you, everyone.
So we have to give today assessment.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Have you
Today,
sent it or will you
last
send
now
it
we
today?
gave 10 questions, that type of assessment.
Yes, ma'am. Same type.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that is the second assessment.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The same password which you gave earlier.
Yes, ma'am. Same password, same login ID. Just refer my earlier message, classmarker.com.
Okay.
Login ID and the password I have already shared with you. Okay.
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 Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.